Hello, everyone. So, welcome back. Today's the third in the series of bucket lists. I don't know what it is about adventure movies. I absolutely love the self-discovery. When it comes to every adventure movie, that's what it is. And that's the thing I like about adventure traveling. It is finding new strengths within yourself, whether physically or mentally, mostly physically, I think. But today's video is for those who love the thrill, the hiking, anything that's like just sounds off freedom, adventure, everything. And that's what this video is about. So let's get into it. All things adventure. So if you'd seen in my last video, when it came to historical sites, Machu Picchu was on that list, and it is also on the adventure list. Now, I told you that I just don't have the time. This vacation, once again, is a little short, but I just don't have the time to do the Inca Trail. But for those who want a 5-day, I believe it is 4 or 5-day adventure hiking through mountains and jungles and ending at one of the most beautiful citadels in the world, Machu Picchu, the Inca Trail is definitely a spot that, or an adventure that you need to put on your bucket list. So since I'm on the topic of hiking trails, let's go over the top, I believe, the top 5 hiking trails around the world. Number 1 is, of course, the Patagonia Trail down in Argentina and Chile. Now, this is on my list, and the reason being is because I am going to be doing a cruise down there, and I definitely want to do a portion of this trail. Now, this trail is 1,900 miles. Am I going to get it all done? No, that is going to take a complete lifetime to do it. But I definitely want to do a portion of it. So if you have done a part of this trail and you want to recommend this part, leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know which part of the Patagonia Trail I should do when I visit. So the next one is one, I'm probably going to butcher the name on it, but the Rakiura Trail. Anywho, it's here in New Zealand. This one here will take you about 3 days, and it is 20 miles long. Again, New Zealand is on my bucket list, and I will definitely be checking out this trail as part of my tour when I'm there. So this one here is, we talk about these long trails and, but I do believe that not every adventure has to take 3 to a lifetime days. But one that I absolutely loved, and it was because it was a little strenuous. I'm not going to say it was overkill, but for someone like myself who is not in like the greatest of shape, it was pretty hard for me. But that is, and I might be a little biased because it's in my own country, but it's Big Beehive Trail in Alberta, Canada. I loved this trail. It was filled with so much. It starts down at the bottom of Lake Louise and makes its way up. Is the view from the top. And if you have, say, more of a daredevil type adventurous part of you, I would definitely try the Devil's Thumb, which is a little further up from Big Beehive. So you will take Big Beehive Trail and then just continue on to it. And if you were looking for, say, a longer one, you could try out the Banff Highline Traverse, which will take anywhere from 7 to 9 days. But if you're looking for, say, just something small, I would definitely do Big Beehive. The reward at the top is amazing. The next trail is a trail of history. And if you see my last video, you know that I love history. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. The Bhutan Trail it's a long one. It's quite expensive to do. It's going to cost you about $20,000 if you plan on doing the full 250 miles and 35 days to do it. If not, you can do a section of it, which is about 4 days and a super fraction of the price at less than $400. So the last one, I was a little conflicted on whether or not I wanted to do this one. When it comes to Mount Everest, I have a little bit of a difficulty putting it out there. And the reason why is because the tourist trap that it's become. The lives of the porters constantly are being put on the line because a rich thrill seeker wants to go to the top of Mount Everest. So I'm not going to boost the Mount Everest hike. I do want to talk about the base camp though. And I know that this is something that has been on the table and off the table when it comes to the country of Nepal. I do believe it's back on the table again. If I'm wrong, please leave it in the comments below. But this is another hike that is quite strenuous. But again, having that site at the end of it is going to be well worth it. Speaking of thrills and those who like death, the next one is skydiving. I have not done this yet, and it's because I am terrified of heights. I want to do this so bad, but I have chickened out twice now. Once in Hawaii and once in Utah. And it wasn't a last minute chicken out. It was like planned a month prior, and I just completely cut it out of my plan. I know that for every person that is adventurous, they have thought or have done skydiving in their time, or it's on their bucket list. Moab, Utah is one of the top places to do skydiving in North America. It was one of the reasons why I wanted to do it there so freaking bad. It's gorgeous. So when it comes to top spots, Dubai is definitely one or two on every skydiver's bucket list. And of course, back to Nepal, one of the other things with Mount Everest is skydiving near it. This one here, I would love to skydive in the mountains. I think that would be the most beautiful dive out of pretty much all of them, for sure. Next up was another place that I absolutely loved, and I could totally see why Cape Town, South Africa is one of the top spots. The only reason I think I would avoid skydiving here is because I fear some of the weirdest things, but my fear for South Africa is landing in the shark-infested waters. I know that sounds so crazy, but it's true. The last one is Fox Glacier in New Zealand. And this is a different type of one. Again, it's obviously with skydiving, it is what you're seeing from above. And we've done the mountains, we've done the desert, but I think skydiving over top of Fox Glacier would be, again, another beautiful experience. And it brings us, of course, New Zealand brings us to the next adventure for thrill seekers, and that is the home of bungee jumping. So, another thing that I bailed on this time, it was in South Africa. I wanted to do the bungee jumping. I had thought about it before I'd gone, and I bailed and went ziplining instead. I'm going to say this wrong, Blucon's Bridge. This is one of the highest bungee jumping areas in the world, not just in South Africa, but in the world. Next up is the Navajo Bridge in Arizona. And this one here, it's 141 meters high. Now, the one in South Africa is even higher at 216, but I think bungee jumping into the canyon would be an experience of its own. The next one is at 233 meters is the Mackay Towers in China. So we're heading back again to Nepal, and I'm starting to see a little bit of a pattern when it comes to adventure. I'm pretty sure Nepal hits one of the top adventure places in the world, and that is Butikusi River. This one here is not as high, it's at 160 meters. And of course, we're gonna end it with a much smaller one, but the OG, the original, and that is I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, Kararoo Bridge, and that is in New Zealand. This one here is only 43 meters high, and I'm starting to think that this is the one that I should probably start at. So years ago, I had tried for the first time caving, and it was in Mexico. It was really cool. There was some hiking through the cave, there was some swimming through the cave. It was amazing seeing all of the stalagmites. Knowing how long it takes these, like the history inside these caves is absolutely amazing. So like I said, one of the first one that I did was in Mexico. This one was near Playa de Carmen, and it was Rio Secreto. I would say if you are going to Mexico and you're going to be down in that area, this is a cave you need to check out. So the next one is back in New Zealand again. And this one here is Glowworm's Cave. Just in awe of how gorgeous this would be. I don't think it's very easy to capture it via video or pictures, but I think the experience itself would be unreal. So when it comes to caves, there are thousands of them around the world. Obviously, one of the largest ones is in Kentucky, USA, and that is the Mammoth Cave with over 400 miles of passages. We're going to take this into a different type of cave, and that was one of the most amazing experiences of my life, and that was ice caving. And if you have never done ice caving, I would highly suggest going up to Iceland and checking this out. It was incredible. Like, it was absolutely gorgeous. The caves are constantly changing, so even if you were to go back in a year's time, you're going to be in a completely different cave or a completely different structured cave. So I'm going to end this portion with one adventure that I have coming up next year. And the reason it's so far out planned is because I need to get back into really good shape to do this one. And that is because I am heading to Vietnam to Sun Dun Cave. This is going to be one heck of an adventure, and I am so freaking pumped on this one. The next video that I will be doing is going to be top festivals, and I love a good festival. The one that I did was changing. I'm not gonna say life-changing, but it was changing worthy. I am so excited for that one. I get excited about all my videos, but I'm really excited about this one. If you haven't already and you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed and you want to see some of my future videos of bucket lists and adventures, definitely hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll get notified. And of course, if you think anyone's going to benefit from these videos, don't forget to share. Bye, everyone.